Should I pull up a full-time LeBron jock sniffer and show you his? See, now y'all gonna make me do it to y'all, man. Nobody juggles LeBron's balls more than this dude right here. Nobody. This dude is a full-time ball juggler. Where's his? He deleted a lot of his videos because he's an idiot. He goes on the internet and starts cursing like a crazy person, and then he gets his videos deleted because he's an idiot. Let me show y'all his videos. LeBron fans, look. Look. Where are these magical views that are coming from LeBron? Look. Look. This is a LeBron sniffer. Look at him. Look, we can just keep going. It's LeBron every single day. LeBron, look. Every single second. So where are all these views? Where are all these views that y'all are talking about? Y'all saying, oh, Dreamers Pro's making money because he talking about LeBron. Okay, so where the views at?
Like, Luka, look, you just standing there. Look, watch this again, Luka. He just went right by. Luka, what are you doing?
I'll say there was some effort on that one.
Fouling. Luka, what are you doing? Get back into play, Luka. Luka. You even hate me. Luka, come on, bro.
You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl. That's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her.
So, man, I'm so in love. Yeah, I miss you. Yeah, I miss your touch.
You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl. That's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her.
I wanna get back every day, cause it means so much to me.
You don't notice most of the people in your comments are a bunch of racists who just hate LeBron because of his politics. Doesn't bother you at all. Ayo, bro. SMD, my nigga. SMD. You heard? SMD.
Come with me.
You heard me? SMD. Straight up and down, dog. SMD. Nigga, I said it. You bitch-ass LeBron James fans.
We are back, folks. We are back, man. Shout out to everybody tuned in right now, folks. Y'all do me a favor, man, and drop a like on the video. Well, folks, we're still waiting for LeBron James,
LeBron fans,
to decide where he's going. Now, I have been hearing that an East Coast team is more than likely going to be where LeBron James ends up. Me personally, I would like LeBron James back on the East Coast. I really would. So yeah, I think it's down to Cleveland, Miami, and more than likely Philadelphia, right? I would say at this point, those three teams are in the driver's seat for the services of LeBron James, okay? So if you guys don't know, LeBron, he's at Fanatics Fest. He's been there for the past couple of days, and, he's been doing panels. He's been doing his show, Mind the Game, and he had, obviously some, thoughts about, where he ultimately wants to go, what his goals will be when he gets there. And, a lot of people, I think are kind of skipping over what LeBron James, said, right? I think, in my opinion, when I saw these comments, I said, oh yeah, this is definitely a shot at Luka. This is a shot at Aston, and this is a shot at pretty much the entire Faker Nation collective, right? And that includes the organization, the fanboys, the pod trashers. It includes everybody, okay? So if you guys are, not familiar with LeBron's comments, let me just go ahead and show you guys, right? Now, obviously, you guys can see a little bit of it in the thumbnail, but this is what LeBron James, folks. Let me not waste you guys' time. This is what LeBron James, give me 1 second. Let me get it pulled up. Yeah, this is what LeBron James had to say today. And I think this is a direct shot at Luka. So LeBron said, what's most important on his new team is that I want to compete. I want to compete at a high level. I want to join a franchise that shares the same model as myself. That's like practicing championship habits every day. Okay? So you guys see this. Once again, to me, I'm a guy that reads between the lines. I'm a guy that, can decipher, coded language. Ladies and gentlemen, to me, this is a shot, first and foremost, at Luka. Okay? Now, why is this a shot at Luka? Well, ladies and gentlemen, as the quote from LeBron says, he wants to compete. What's most important is that I want to compete. Have you guys been paying attention to Luka this past season, ladies and gentlemen? I got a quick question for you guys. Have you guys paid attention to Luka this past season in particular? I know I have. Obviously, I have to, right? I do a whole pod trash on, or I did. I'm no longer doing a pod trash on the Fakers, but I did for the last 4 years. So I know what I saw as it pertained to Luka. Now, can anybody tell me, because I know, right? Shout out to the big dog. Yeah, his name's Luka. You know where I got that from? Stephen A. Smith. I was listening to Stephen A. Smith one day and he called him Luka. And niggas was in the comments like, who is Luka? I was like, oh, that shit's funny. So I started calling him Luka myself. But ladies and gentlemen, can you guys tell me what you guys noticed about Luka? I want to see if you guys have been paying attention. Can anybody tell me what you guys saw with Luka this season? Can anybody tell me what they saw with Luka this season? Luka, ladies and gentlemen, you guys are taking a little too long for me, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and answer the question myself. Luka is dog shit. We got PJ. He says stat patter, foul baiter. Okay, we got some answers. We got rhythm. You said shot chucking. You said he acts like a celebrity. Okay. You said Luka faked an injury after getting whooped by OKC. Shout to CPHO. The big dog says ball hogging. Our wrist. Okay, I don't know what your fucking name is, dude. But you said free throw merchant. I'm sorry, dude. I don't know your name, man. Aristelli, whatever the fuck your name is. Shout to you. We got Frank. You said he quits. You said he spams threes. Ineffective off ball. And ball hogging. He said.
You're a freaky frog.
Austin Reaves.
Foul baiter.
Yo, that's crazy. This man said too busy in Aston's bussy. That's fucking insane, dude. That's insane, man. We got Constellar. He said Luka doesn't play defense, cries to the referees too much, spams too many threes and ball hogs, out of shape and injury prone. Exactly. We got Kobe. You said empty calorie impact on the game. Rhythm says 30 shots for 30 points. GD says I was gonna say weight gain. You said crybaby every other play. Okay. You said it's a Greek name. No, it's no worries, dude. I was a little bit confused, man. My apologies. So yeah, chat. I know why LeBron James doesn't want to play with the Fakers anymore, right? F. Mean says Luka sucks. So okay, for me personally, right? Let's just have a conversation right now. Prior to Luka coming to LA, I could maybe count on one hand how many games I would watch of Luka per season, right? He's just not a player that I ever really gave a fuck about. Okay. So then he gets traded to the Fakers thanks to Nico for ruining what was left of our championship team back in 2020, because obviously we had to give up, half of our, core, which was Anthony Davis, to get this, dude. So, Nico pretty much destroyed us. But yeah, once Nico and the Fakers made this trade go through, I was basically forced at that point to watch Luka pretty much every night. To me, I have a lot of issues with Luka. I told you guys, I personally think Luka is dog shit. You guys alluded to it in the chat just now. There's so many issues I have with this dude. One of the problems that I have with him is he's a ball hog. Okay, he's a ball hog. He just doesn't, do anything really exciting on the court. He's not really a box office kind of a player to me. He just takes way too many shots. The foul baiting is out of control. He's taken foul baiting to a level that I just never could have imagined a player could take foul baiting to. He's just not really coachable. It's just a lot of problems with him, right? And I think the biggest problem with Luka that I realized this season in particular is that the NBA has figured him out. So what people like to do is they like to bring up, matter of fact, I have a graphic for this, chat. Yeah, I have a graphic actually. So this is what people like to do, chat, okay? They like to bring up shit from 3 years ago with Luka. This is the Luka fanboy cycle, right? So they'll mention his first team All-NBA selections, okay? When you're not impressed by that, then they bring up playoff series from 2024, which is 3 years ago at this point, okay? And then when that doesn't work, they'll eventually call you a racist. So for me, everybody seems to, go back to the finals run Luka had in 2024, right? They don't mention the team that Nico constructed, which was a really great team surrounded by Luka. You had Derek Lively, who they picked up in the draft that year. He was a rookie that year. They traded for Daniel Gafford and PJ Washington at the trade deadline. Obviously still had Kyrie, still got Jason Kidd as the coach, right? That was a very good team that Nico Harrison put together, They get to the finals. Luka gets clapped. And, you know, for the last 3 years now, that's all his fanboys talk about. But that was 3 years ago. Okay? Other players have gotten better. Other teams have gotten better. Right? But for whatever reason, they're still stuck on what happened in 2024 in a series in which Luka lost. That's the most insane part about this. They talk about him getting to the finals, but they don't mention the fact that he lost in the finals. He didn't win the finals. He got clapped in the finals, right? So what the fakers are doing is they're trying to chase after, you know, whatever success Nico Harrison and the Mavericks had, you know, 3 years ago in 2024. I think it's an idiotic strategy, but that's what the fakers are trying to do. In the case of Luka, Luka has been hawked down by other players in the NBA. Luka's backup is officially better than him, and that's Jalen Brunson. See, this is what people don't want to talk about, right? So when I was watching Faker games this year, the one thing that I noticed, especially when Luka played against a team like OKC, for example, OKC turned Luka, ladies and gentlemen, into a role player. These are Luka's stats this year, chat, versus Oklahoma City. They turned him into a role player. They were whooping the fuck out of Luka. Okay? They were whooping the dog shit out of Luka Doncic. To the point, you know, he quit, folks, on April the 2nd. He quit, chat.
That was an ass kicking last night. That was a romp. Now, you can sit up there. I mean, we're going to talk about Luka and all the stuff. What we not going to do is gloss over that ass whipping that the Oklahoma City Thunder, the reigning, defending NBA champions, placed on the Los Angeles Lakers. The Lakers were down at the half by 30, getting their asses whipped. I mean, it was a stomp, okay? And it was almost so that it's a good thing that Luka actually got hurt and had to get taken out in the third quarter, because when we saw him holding his hamstring in the first half, a lot of us were like, wait a minute now, that wasn't happening when you were dropping 30 plus the last 12, 13, 15 games, but suddenly now your damn hamstring is hurt. We were looking at it with a raised eyebrow, because an ass kicking will do that to you. It will make you humble. It will make you run for cover. It will make you want to run to the locker room. It will make you pretend you got to use the bathroom. It will make you pretend that something might be a family emergency or anything, just to get away from those confines. That's the kind of ass whipping we saw last night.
Ladies and gentlemen, you guys just heard Stephen A. Smith allude to it on national television. When Luka was playing the Nets and the Wizards, and when he was dropping 60 on the 10th seed Miami Heat, folks, he was perfectly healthy. He didn't have any injuries when he was dropping 60 on Miami, the 10th seed Miami Heat. He didn't have no injuries then. He didn't have no injuries when he was playing the Brooklyn Nets and the Pacers and the Wizards. He was perfectly fine then. But on April the 2nd, when he's going up against SGA and the Thunder, all of a sudden he gets injured? Now all of a sudden his little hamstring is it doesn't work anymore? No, man, you're just a bitch. We gotta just start calling this shit what it is, chat. He's a bitch. He took his ball and he went home. That's what happened. Okay? Now let me ask you guys a question. If we're able to decipher that, and we're fans, okay?
LeBron fans.
Do you guys think LeBron James doesn't see this, folks? You guys think LeBron is stupid, right? You guys don't think LeBron James... Let me ask you guys a question. And I've already asked this question before. If LeBron is willing to go to another team to play for a vet minimum, why wouldn't he just stay in LA and play for the vet minimum? Why is he going to uproot his life and his family and go to Miami or go to Cleveland or go to Philadelphia? Why would he do that instead of just taking the veteran minimum in LA? You want to know why, folks? Because LeBron knows Luka is a bitch-ass white boy. That's what he is. And I'm tired of having to pretend like he isn't some bitch-ass little white boy from Yugoslavia. Luka's a pussy. How come LeBron didn't want to leave when Anthony Davis was there? Oh, maybe because LeBron won a gold medal with Anthony Davis? Maybe because LeBron won a championship with Anthony Davis? Maybe because Anthony Davis is a top 75 player and he's a dog? And he's better than Luka? And I've been telling you guys this since the trade went down, that Anthony Davis is a better basketball player than Luka. You notice he didn't want to leave when Anthony Davis was there. How come he wants to leave when Luka's there? I thought Luka was a top 3 player. What happened? I thought Luka was a top 3 player in the league. Exactly. He's not. Because if Luka was really as good as y'all claim, LeBron wouldn't be leaving. Now, obviously, like I told you guys, this is politics. It's a political game that LeBron is in. The NBA, it's a political thing. So is LeBron going to get up on a pod trash and say, yeah, I ain't going to lie to you guys, man, them white boys fucking suck? No, he's not going to do that. He's going to get up on the pod trash. He's going to say, you know what, man, I respect the Lakers. I had a great 8 years there and blah, 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 blah. That's for me to do. I'm going to tell you guys what LeBron really thinks. And here's what LeBron really thinks. He knows he can't win a championship with these bitch-ass white boys. It's that simple. It's not any more complicated than that. It's got nothing to do with all the analytical numbers these nerds want to bring up, net rating and plus minus and all that. It's got nothing to do with none of that. LeBron doesn't want to play. I'm going to say it slowly. LeBron doesn't want to play with bitch-ass white boys. It's that simple. The team he's about to go to, guess what? I can guarantee you what they're going to have. Niggers. That's what they're going to have. Blacks. That's what they're going to have. Blackies. Dark butts. Okay? Dark butts. 4C hair niggers. That's what LeBron James wants to go play with. It's just that simple. I told you guys, white dudes are soft, okay? They look like girls. Look at these dudes. I told you guys this before. All we got to do is put a wig on Luka, do his makeup, and he could pass for a female. He looks like a bitch. Why do you think when white boys come on the court, all the blackies are raising their hands saying, yo, I got the white boy? Because y'all are an easy target. You look like a girl. You look soft. You look like a hoe. Why do you think every playoff run Aston is out there getting passed around? Look at his face. He looks like a hoe. Does he look threatening? Does he look intimidating? Does he scare you? No. He looks like, you know what? I can fuck this white boy up. That's what he gives. It's the same thing with Luka. That's what he gives. The same thing with Walker Kessler. That's what he gives. It just is what it is. I don't make the rules. It is what it is, folks. We got Retribution. Shout out to Retribution with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, man.
I just wanna be free.
LeBron fans.
He said LeBron knows Aston only came back because Kennard was cooking. He chose to be quiet about it. Yeah, shout out to you. We got Titus. You said dark butts is crazy. Oh, chat. I told you guys, man. White men are food on a basketball court, man. Okay? Genetically, they're just not able. And this is the reality. You know, shout out to BKNY Hoops, right? I went on BKNY Hoops. He had some, panel going on. And there was a white dude on the panel, right? So he wanted to know what my issue was with Luka and Aston, right? So I broke it down for him. I explained it to him. I said, the issue with Luka and Aston is white men lack the requisite athleticism to compete with blacks. That's what I told him. White men lack the required athleticism to compete with the blackies. It is what it is. It's that simple. We see it every year in the playoffs with Aston. He's a pass around. He's an NBA whore. Everybody plays in his bussy. Who played in his bussy a few months ago? AJ Mitchell. AJ Mitchell, who's a second-year player, who's also a second-round pick, played in Aston's bussy. Who played in his bussy in 2025? Everybody on Minnesota. Anthony Edwards got some of his bussy. Jaden McDaniels got some of his bussy. Naz Reid got some bussy. Who else was on that team? Nickeil Alexander-Walker got some bussy. They all took turns playing in his bussy. He got good Snow Bunny bussy. Real talk, he got some good Snow Bunny bussy. That's why everybody likes passing him around and playing in it. And it's the same thing with Luka. Luka's got some of the best Snow Bunny bussy in the league. He might be the number one Snow Bunny in the league when it comes to, high grade, high quality bussy. That's foreign bussy. That's Yugoslavian bussy. You know them niggas want to fuck with Luka. He got foreign bussy. His bussy's from overseas. And it's the same thing with Luka. Ever since that finals run, he's gotten exposed. Jaylen Brown played in his bussy in 2024. He was playing with his bussy. Matter of fact, did you guys not hear Magic Johnson? Magic Johnson will tell you.
We would look at you and break you down where you were weak, and then we would attack you, right? And so that's what the Lakers going to have to deal with once the playoff, because we saw it against Boston. Boston looked up and said, okay, I'm going to put Luka in the pick and roll.
Every time. Yeah.
And then Tatum had him saying, uh-oh, you on me?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to just go by past you or pull up for my jump shot because he knew he could just beat him off the dribble. They did the same thing to Austin Reaves. So the two dudes they wanted to attack was Luka and Austin Reaves off the dribble. So Jaylen Brown said, "Oh, my turn. You had a big first half,
right? My turn now.
My turn now." And that's how they beat the Lakers.
Ladies and gentlemen, you guys just heard the greatest point guard of all time break it down for you guys. He just broke it down. The two guys they wanted to attack and play in their bussy is Luka and Austin Reaves. They got some of the best bussy in the NBA. It's that simple. You guys want to make it about net rating and, oh, yeah, you got these nerds talking about box plus minus and net rating and all this crap. Dude, did you hear Magic Johnson mention anything about any of these analytics that these nerds run with on their pod trash? It's not about analytics, dude. You have bussy. Snow bunny bussy at that. And these niggas, they on you. Straight up. They on you. Luka and Aston are basically like a snow bunny with a fat ass. Have you ever seen, I know you guys have seen a snow bunny with a fat ass, right? Guess what? Them niggas is on you. Straight up. I can look at a white woman and I can tell if she like niggas or not based on her body type. If I see a pog and she got a body, she got hips, she got thighs, she got ass, oh, I already know she fucking with niggas. I already know. Cause them niggas gonna be on you. Cause that's what niggas like. See, them white boys, they like that childish looking build. You know, them white boys, like I said, they like them like, you know, stick looking, like they like they girls look like they 12 years old. You know, they like them real skinny, you know, pancake booty, you know, like they like them like they look like they 15. The black men, they like the pogs that look like black women. So if she got a build like a black chick, like she's thick with hips and with an ass and big titties, if she's white, I can already tell she's gonna go for a nigga because the niggas is gonna be on her. And I'm sorry, you can only turn down so many niggers. Simple as that. You can only turn down so many niggers before you're going to give in to one. And then once you give in to one, it's going to be hard for you to go back. That's what Luka and Aston are. They're essentially snow bunnies with fat asses. Them niggas is on you. Next year, them niggas is on you, gang. I'm keeping it a buck with you. Them niggas is on Luka and Aston next season, bro. They're going to have some fun playing in that bussy next year. Straight up. If you got children next year, don't even let your children watch these games next year. Because it's going to be like a porno, straight up. It's going to be a straight up interracial BBC porno watching Faker games next year. It's going to get disgusting. If you have children under the age, of 15, just tell them to go find something else to do while the games are on next year. It's going to get vicious. I mean, you guys just heard Magic say it, right? In the finals, what did Magic say? He said Tatum was sizing him up. Like, oh, you on me? And then he said Jaylen Brown. He tagged Jaylen Brown in. So for first half, Tatum was clapping those cheeks. And then the second half, Jaylen Brown took his turn. It's like a train. It's a gangbang. That's what it is. So Jason Tatum, he was clapping cheeks the first half. Second half, Jaylen Brown's like, yo, it's my turn. Like, I want some bussy too. So then Jaylen Brown got his turn. Drew Holiday's like, yo, it ain't no fun if the homies can't get none. So then they passed it to Drew Holiday. That's what happened. Why do you think Luka was on the ground crying, yelling at the bench to challenge the play? Why do you guys think? He was tired of getting clapped. He was tired of getting his bussy played in. You niggas think it's funny is real life. Is really what happened. I'm not even trying to be funny here, folks. This is real life, bro. Luka has a fatty. I'm telling you, that nigga got some good bussy. Them niggas is on you, man. I'm letting you know right now. You guys remember that story when Ime Udoka, the coach of the Celtics, got caught for clapping cheeks at work and he got fired? I remember getting up on the show saying, like, yo, why would you let your wife go to work with all these big dick, 6'8" basketball players? These niggas is big as shit, horny as fuck. You think I would let my wife go work around a bunch of NBA players? Dude, you're setting yourself up for failure. These niggas are horny. They got a lot of testosterone. They're big as shit, and they want to fuck something. Why would you let your wife have a job, working next to NBA players all day? Dude, she's bound to cheat. She's bound to cheat. You guys remember the story? Kathleen Lynch was her name. Kathleen Lynch. Dude, at a certain point, she can't keep turning down BBC. Look, you guys remember this photo? This is when Luka was on the bench. On the ground. He was tired. He was getting clapped the whole game. They just kept attacking him. They violated his rights. They violated his rights. So he was you see how angry he was? Look at this dude. He was yelling at the bench in frustration to challenge a play because he was tired of getting clapped. Look at this photo. Look at this. Jaylen Brown stole the ball from him. Look at Luka's face. Look at his face, chat. He's getting manhandled. Look at him. He's getting manhandled, chat. This was embarrassing for him. And this is what I'm trying to tell you what next year is going to be. Y'all made it worse for Luka. In all honesty. See, Luka was better off with other black men on his team because they could kind of, cover for him. Y'all took all the blackies and the dark butts off the team. Bro, y'all finna, I guarantee you, chat, listen. I guarantee you Luka is going to request a trade. I guarantee it. He's going to request a trade, chat. He's going to request a trade. How much you guys want to bet? After this season, I guarantee he requests a trade after this year. They're going to plan his bussy so much this season that he's going to get so tired of it and he's going to request a trade and he's going to get out of there. And he's going to go to a team with blacks. Cuz that's the only guys that can save this dude, man. Quentin Grimes can't save this dude. Come on, man. Colin Sexton? You think Colin Sexton can cover for Luka? Who is there to cover for him now? See, when he was in Dallas, he had Derek Lively, he had PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, Derrick Jones Jr. He had dark butts to cover for him. Without dark butts, who is going to cover? Aston can't cover for him. Aston got good bussy too. They gonna be planning his bussy at the same time as Luka bussy. So Aston he's not gonna be of any help. So who's he gonna turn to? Walker Kessler? We finna find out what his bussy tastes like this year too. He probably got some good bussy too. I'm telling y'all, bro, this shit's gonna get wicked this year, bro. Y'all think it's a game. I tuned into Tyler. I tuned into one of his shitty videos today. You know, this dude Tyler, man, he's fucking funny, man. You guys know Tyler from As It Stands? This dude is fucking hilarious, dude. He really thinks these fakers got a chance. Yo, Tyler, you got to get out of that faker fairy tale land you were living in, dude. You guys know Tyler, right? Let me show you guys Tyler. You guys know Tyler, right? From As It Stands. Shout out to Tyler. This dude lives in like an alternate reality. You know, he really thinks like the fakers have a chance. Dude, this is why LeBron James left, dude. This is why LeBron James left, man. You know. We can't be playing with snow bunnies, dude. Like, we just can't. We're trying to win championships here. What did he say? Look at the quote. I want to compete at a high level. I want to join a franchise that shares the same model as myself. That's like practicing championship habits every day. You cannot win with the cheerleaders on the floor. The cheerleaders are supposed to be on the sideline. That's what Luka and Reaves are. They're snow bunny cheerleaders with fat asses and good pussy. They're supposed to be on the bench. They're supposed to be on the sidelines. You can't put the snow bunny cheerleaders in the game. That's what the fakers have done, essentially. You can't win like this, dude. We need blacks, blackies, dark butts, niggers. That's what the fakers needed. But they went out, they gentrified the team, and they've put Luka, or excuse me, Luker, they've put him behind the 8 ball. They've put him behind the 8 ball. And now it's to the point that his backup has now surpassed him. You know? But honestly, I don't think Luker cares. If I'm being honest with you guys. I think Luker wants to continue to buy as many Bugattis as possible and ride around LA. That's it. That's all Luker really wants to do at this point, you know. Ride around LA, you know, kick it with Aston. And that's really it. You know, in a couple years, he probably signed for, you know, $400 million or whatever the fakers are going to give him. And I think he'll be content with that. I don't think Faker Nation is really going to demand that he win a championship or anything like that. I don't believe that. I think Faker Nation is just going to be happy that they got their Caitlin Clark. And that's really it. We got A-Hall. Shout out to A-Hall with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, man.
I just wanna be free.
Austin Reaves.
Foul baiter.
Okay, you said Brown is quicker than Luker, beats him to the spot, and he is stronger, forcing him out of rhythm and prevents him from getting separation for his step back 3. Exactly. He embarrassed the dude, man. He embarrassed him big time. Shout to Cole, you said Aston taking Bang Bros by storm next year. Exactly. You said this guy's got to be gay. What kind of man keeps saying the word bussy and dark butts? Okay. Like I said, dude, I mean, it's just the reality of the situation the fakers are in. Okay? Like I said, you know, Luker and Aston are the equivalent of, you know, some very thick, big booty pogs. You know? Have you ever, let me ask you a question, Mr. Walter White. Have you ever seen a white woman and just off the rip you knew she liked black men? Have you ever seen that before? I know I have. Like I said, I can look at a woman without ever having to say a word to her, and I know she fucks with BBC, the black man. I know. I can tell by the way her body is constructed. If I see a pog with a fat ass, Oh yeah, it's basically guaranteed she fucks with niggas. You wanna know why? Because that's what niggas like. Right? So them niggas is gonna be on to her. It's the same thing with Luka and with Ashton. They are the equivalent to a snow bunny with a fat ass. Them niggers are gonna be on her. And that's what we're gonna see next year. That's what we've been seeing for the past 2-3 years with these dudes. Every playoff run, them niggas is on Luka and Ashton. They're the equivalent of a snow bunny with a fat ass. Luka's got good pussy. It just is what it is. You said the bright lights and criticism is going to prove to be too much for him. And you're right, he's going to request a trade. Well, to me, I think he'll request a trade if he's serious about winning. If he's serious about winning, I do think it's a possibility he will request a trade. But, like I said, he could get comfortable in LA. A lot of niggas get comfortable out there. So he could stay in LA, get comfortable, sign his $400 million deal, and just ride off into the sunset. I don't think Faker Nation is going to treat him the same way they treated Russ or LeBron or AD. They're not going to hold his feet to the fire and demand that he wins a championship. Why? Because he's white. It's going to be different. You said Aston is just some ass? Yeah, he's a piece of ass, dude. That's what he's a piece of ass. You said you're missing the point. Luka is not here to win. He's here for the money. He doesn't care about that stuff. Yeah. Probably. You said bro making dudes sound like they're just savage animals that can't control themselves around people, sexually assaulting people. We're humans, not animals. What is this nigga talking about, chat? I'm a little bit confused. What is this nigga talking about? You said bro making dudes sound like they're just some savage animals. Nigga, when you get on that basketball court, you're in the lion's den, dude. You're in the lion's den. Okay. Chat, have you guys ever seen videos of animals in the wild? Have you guys ever seen those videos? I know I see them all the time on Twitter. It'll be like a video on Twitter of a lion, chasing down a hyena or something, or a lion attacking a hippopotamus, right? Folks, nature is brutal. Okay? Nature is brutal. I saw a video the other day of some African wild dogs, right? They caught a warthog slipping, right? They literally ate the warthog alive. Literally, it was so sad, bro. They literally ate the nigga's legs off while he was alive. I've seen videos of lions, right? A lion, they'll grab a hold of your neck and they'll just kill you before they start eating you. I saw a video of some African wild dogs. Chat, they literally ate a warthog while he was alive. I'm talking about they just started picking his legs and his body apart. It was just crazy. And I felt bad for the nigga. I'm like, damn. That's a fucked up way to die. That's a fucked up way to die, dude. You just get ate alive. That's just crazy. That's a terrible way to go. Right? Nature is brutal. That's what it is when you're in between those four lines, dude. Nature is brutal, man. This game is brutal, dude. We don't have time for your feelings, gang. You sound emotional. This ain't talking about we're not savage animals. Yeah. You haven't been on an NBA court then. You haven't been on an NBA court. You ain't no savage. So go take your little bitch ass inside and stay off the streets. Don't come off that porch, cause you sound like a pussy. Niggas die every day, B. This nigga sound gay. Why is he talking like this? Bro's making dudes sound like they're just some savage animals. We're not savage animals, okay? We're human beings with feelings, okay? What are you talking about? We're not just some savages.
Shut your bitch ass up.
Okay, dude. Shut the fuck up, man. Honestly. You sound like a bitch. He said good pussy is wild. Chat, who let the LGBTQ in this bitch, man? Come on, man. Y'all let the LGBTQ in this bitch. Get out of here, dude. It's the locker room, nigga. Get out your feelings, dude. Don't come over here crying. I don't care about your tears. He said Reggie being a freaky frog.
You a freaky frog.
Nah, man, it's just real nigga shit, bro. I'm telling you, bro, like I said, I can spot a snow bunny that fucks with black men. I can just spot her from a mile away. You know? Like I said, you know, white men, they don't like them thick chicks, bro. They don't like them they don't like them too thick. They like them pencil thin. I can't do it. You know, I'm gonna be honest, I can't stand skinny bitches. I can't do it. I just can't do it. They look childish to me. You know? I don't like skinny women. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. You know? I don't like skinny women, bro. You know, I like hips. You know, I like thigh meat. Right? You know, I gotta have something to grab onto. You know what I'm saying? I can't do. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Yeah, I can't do the skinny shit, gang. I can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't do it. You know, like I said, them dudes like them like super fucking skinny, like twigs, like looking like a fucking 12-year-old girl. Like, nah, I'm good. I'm good on that. I like thick shit. I like some thick shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. Overly thick shit. Borderline fat. Real nigga shit. Borderline fat. Borderline obese. Not like low, but like, you know. That's a little too big. Yeah, that's just ridiculous, honestly. Nothing like low, actually.
You put like a black shirt on or something like that. Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second, chat. Give me 1 second.
You put like a black shirt on or something like that. Hold on, give me a second, chat. Give me 1 second.
He said, your talk sounds like you got a fake, warped sense of masculinity. Chat, what are these niggas? What are these niggas chatting about, dude? Let me go ahead and get the phone lines open, man. You niggas is in here chatting today. What are you talking about, dude? I'm a little bit confused, man. Go ahead and hit the link, dude, because I'm a little bit confused on what you're even talking about, okay? Chat, what is he talking about? But yeah, like I said, chat, back to LeBron though. You know, LeBron James just doesn't believe in these snow bunnies, right? He just doesn't. And I don't think anybody that actually watches basketball does. I mean, in all my years of watching this league, there's been 2 white guys to lead their team to a championship. Dirk Nowitzki and the Joker. If you think a white man is going to lead you to a championship, the odds are just they're just not in your favor. It's just statistically not really possible, unless they're like 7 feet. Dirk was a 7-footer and the Joker is a 7-footer. If Luka's 6'8", it's not going to happen. He's too small. He's too small. If Luka was 7 feet, okay, maybe he could do it. If he was Porzingis, maybe. The Joker, maybe. Dirk, maybe. He's too small. He's only 6'7", 6'8"? That's too small as a white guy. You're too small. White men already have two left feet. They're already unathletic. They're already slow. You gotta have as many advantages as possible. You said Flag got a better chance. Yeah, I mean, I would like to think so. I would like to think so, but once again, we've never really seen him win anything either. I mean, did he win in college? Did he win at Duke? I don't think so. We got F. You mean? What's going on, man?
What's up, Red?
What's going on, man?
Just listening to the show. I don't even know what to say at this point, bro. But everything you saying, like always, is 100, and they ain't nothing but some jump offs. At the end of the day, I was sitting up thinking the other day about how LeBron and AD took that trash to the Western Conference Finals, bro. And I'm thinking, well, if they had AJ, I don't even know how to say his last name, and you put me on to him because I never watched him until like a couple days ago. That dude is a beast. Now think about if they had him instead of Ass Boy, right? Whole different outcome.
Yeah, AJ Mitchell, he can play, man.
That dude's an animal, bro.
Yeah, he's nice.
That dude is an animal, bro. But yeah, man, they don't compare, bro. At the end of the day, they do not compare to. They not like us. They not built like us. They don't talk like us. They don't dress like us. Y'all can't. All they can do is try to beat us at best, and they can't, bro. They gonna fall short every time. But at the end of the day, it's some white boys out there that can play. But at the end, but when it's all said and done, they know where they know they spot. They ain't finna act like Aston, where he like a pop star. It's like, bro, it's weird, bro, but it's gonna all come out in the wash. It's gonna all come out in the wash this year.
Yeah, I mean, they're talking about, this is like a 2 to 3 year build with the Fakers and all this shit. It's just like, do you know where the Spurs are gonna be in 2 to 3 years? I mean, do you know where Oklahoma City's going to be in 2 to 3 years? Like, it's just fries. Like, it's just fries, man. Put the fries in the bag. It's over with. It's over. Like, it just is what it is.
And the way my man knees be bleeding, he ain't going to last 2 or 3 years. That's the only star they got. I don't see nobody else going to LA, bro, until they get that upper echelon together. Because they on blast now. That's a racist organization. They on blast. So anybody going to that organization, I don't see nobody going to help or do nothing, bro. They done. The next 5, 6, 7, 8 years is gonna be trash, bro. And that's what they need. That's what they get.
Yeah. Shout out to Shout out to PA with the $5 super chat. Appreciate you, man.
Hey, I fuck with your boy. Fuck with your boy.
LeBron fans.
You said Luka's downfall will be In-N-Out Burger and diabetes. We got Chris in the chat. You said the media will create excuses when the Fakers don't make it far in the playoffs. Yeah, bro, it's fries, man. Just put the fries in the bag and, get ready to swap everybody out again next year. They do the same thing every year. Just swap niggas out. This year it was DA, LeBron, Marcus Smart, Rui. next year they're going to swap out Quentin Grimes and Colin Sexton and all these other dudes. This is what they're going to do. So, me personally, man, like I said, I just don't see how anybody could think that, the Fakers are better off with this version of the team. I mean, it's almost insanity.
The only thing that's better about this team is the color change. If somebody say that this is a better team, it's more than likely they got the same views as Rob Pelinka and Jenny Buss. Because there's no way you're going to look me in my face and tell me this is a better team. Like how? Just ask Boy alone. His playoff record. And then what Luka did, I'm so happy that I don't gotta watch that shit. I'm elated. I don't gotta watch it, bro. I ain't gotta watch it. I ain't gotta talk about it. But it's disgusting, bro, the way that they did him. But it's coming. It's coming down that track. That karma on the way down that track. And they ain't never carried, like you said, I think you said that yesterday. Even going back to college, never carried nothing, never done nothing. And to get that clan track is crazy. That's crazy.
The clan track. We got face of the league. You said they're better off because they have more cap space now. Okay. Yeah, more cap space to sign more bums. Okay. Yeah. That's what you guys did this summer. Yeah, you used all of your cap space to go sign bums. All those guys you guys signed are all trash. They're all trash. And anybody that's pretending like they're not trash, you're just coping. Those dudes suck, man. All of them. You say, do y'all think the Lakers smoking dicks? Because that's what I'm hearing.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
I was looking at every team that LeBron probably can go to, and all the starting lineups are black. All the starting lineups are all black.
Yeah, we got this dude face of the league in the chat. You said Kessler is a bum. Yes, he's a bum, dude. What has Walker Kessler ever done to the point where he's not a bum? You said that's not an upgrade over Ayton? No. It's really not. But I mean, if you wanna say that it is, like I'll let you have it. Like I'm not gonna argue with you, till 6 a.m. about it. If you think Walker Kessler is an upgrade over Ayton, I'll let you have it. Okay, I'll roll with that. Sure, go ahead. But no, is he a good player based on what? What has he done? What has he ever proven? What are you basing Kessler being good off of? He played 5 games last year. He's coming off of a shoulder injury. He's never played a meaningful game in his career. He's played losing basketball. You said then you don't know hoops? Then you don't know hoopers? No, you don't know hoopers. You don't know hoopers, right? You're a fanboy. That's what you are. Take off your Laker jersey.
Don't be a fanboy. Take off your Laker jersey.
You're a fanboy. You live in fantasy land. I asked you, explain to me what makes Walker Kessler good. You've never seen it in a playoff setting. You don't know how he's going to play in the playoffs. So y'all are quick to trash DeAndre Ayton, who went to a finals before, who has a winning playoff record of 31-24. You're quick to trash him, but the guy who's never played a meaningful game in his life, you want to dick ride him. You're an idiot. That's what you are. So don't come over here talking about, oh, you don't know hoopers. No, you're an idiot. You had your claims are baseless. And I'm asking you to explain it to me, and you still ain't explaining it to me. And the link is in the chat. Explain it to me. What makes Walker Kessler this huge upgrade over DeAndre Ayton? Other than, you just saying it. Niggas just be chatting, bro. That's all it is. That's all it is.
That's all it is. Cause like what I like to do, can we pull up cause game 3 is usually the most pivotal game in the playoffs. What's his game 3 stats in the playoffs? Probably ain't got none. But he not even an NBA bum, bro. He's just a bum. He ain't even been proven to be an NBA bum. But all he need to do is have that skin, that complexion for the protection. That's it. He got that. Oh, he good. He's good.
Yeah, that's what makes him better.
That's what make him better.
He's white.
Because
what do they say? If it ain't white, it ain't right. That's why they say Walker Kessler is better, because he's white. And if it ain't white, it ain't right.
They ain't coming with one stat. He's just better. That's well, can you explain why? No, he's just better. Better than what? Better than the black dude? I don't get y'all. I do get it, but like I said, I can't wait to these conversations is a thing of the past, and y'all can sit in LA and talk about that shit and try to make it into something good. But like I said again, at the end of the day, it's racism, bro, at its finest.
You mean, look at the stats on the screen, bro.
100.
Look at the stats on the screen, chat. Chat, I found their numbers. These are career numbers for both Walker Kessler and DeAndre Ayton. These are their career numbers, chat.
Wow.
Please don't tell me that was you saying the 96 Sonics. This is what you got to realize, Judah. It's very easy to out-debate locker room. It's not very challenging whatsoever. The fact that you let locker room outwit you and out-debate you, it says a lot. We're not talking about a very high-level basketball mind, and you got outwitted by the locker room.
Smoke a nigga top for your baby girl.
Right. But Ayton's better though, or excuse me, but Walker Kessler's better though. Right? What are your sources? Trust me, bro. Okay. Flash White, what's going on, man? What do you got?
Red, how's it going, brother? His source is white privilege. We know that these guys last year, the Lakers, and now, what does that mean? He's supposed to be some guy.
Flash White, you were cutting in and out. What did you just say?
I said Walker Kessler played 77 games. 5 games last year. We are to believe that he's some top tier player all of a sudden, when before he missed those games, he was getting benched. They did this for Luka because Luka wanted white guys. Let's just keep it real. He wanted a majority of white guys, and he wanted guys that were going to sit around and do what Luka wants, which is rebound and give him all the shot opportunities. He doesn't want to win. Luka doesn't want to win. He wanted a team without LeBron James because LeBron James held him to a higher standard because he wants to win. Luka just wants stats. He's been in the league how long? Has he worked on his defense? No. Is he available in the playoffs or yet 82 games? No, he's not. He's not even available. So all these fanboys saying, oh, these guys are going to be this and that. It's a pipe dream. Hey, Go put Walker Kessler. Red just showed the numbers. You're telling me that's gonna win you a chip? Come on, man. Like, and you're on prime time in the West, and we've seen what you've done. They're acting like this guy's some elite person that we never heard of. We've seen Walker Kessler. He's a bum. Now, I'm not mad at him for getting paid. I wish somebody would give me money for shit I ain't done. But that's not the way the world works for certain people. So this is going to be a disaster for the Lakers. And their fanboys and their fan base are showing where their allegiances really lie. And in the words of Stephen A. Smith, we're not winning with the Snowboys, man. They're not going to win. They know it. The world knows it. Rob Pelinka did this to make Luka happy. That's it. And it's going to backfire on him because Luka's going to leave once the real pressure is on. He's going to be under an immense amount of pressure this year.
Yeah, I just
They're
think
playing team.
I just think it's funny how you have dudes in the chat saying Walker Kessler is an upgrade over DeAndre Ayton, and then when we pull up the numbers, they go missing. You know, it's like, okay, if you say he's an upgrade, like I said, I'm not going to fight you about it. Okay, you got it. Explain it to me, though.
Well, their explanation is they're listening to people on social media and YouTube hype this guy up, and they obviously don't watch basketball. In what world are we going to go and pay a guy, hey, man, are you a mechanic? Yeah, I'm a mechanic. How long you been working? 5 days. I've been working 5 days, and I want you to pull out my engine and give me a brand new one. And I just finished my mechanic training in 5 days. Walker Kessler played 5 games and got $100+ million, and they're saying that he's an upgrade from DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton was a first-round draft pick.
Meanwhile, LeBron finna sign for like less than 10 million. It's insane, bro. And at the end, and like I keep saying, when it ain't no argument. He just put the numbers up. He got almost 3 times as many points as the dude, man. Like I don't get it. Well, I get it, but I don't understand why they keep holding it up. Why you want to keep holding it up? At the end of the day,
F you mean. So niggas is in the chat saying, "Oh, but Walker Kessler is better defensively." Well, I put up their defensive rating. Walker Kessler has a defensive rating, and like I said, I don't. This is a stat that I don't even really care about, but for the sake of conversation, I'll just pull it up. But I don't really even care about defensive rating as a stat. I think it's a bullshit stat, but whatever. Walker Kessler has a defensive rating of 113.4. Do you guys know what DeAndre Ayton's defensive rating is, folks? Let me show you guys. Give me 1 second. So Walker Kessler is 113.4. DeAndre Ayton, folks, 111. So DeAndre Ayton has a better defensive rating than Walker Kessler. So you guys lost again.
And that's why I fuck with the locker room. That's why I fuck with you, Reg, because you kill all of their damn talking points. And then but my thing is, why y'all still saying it after he didn't kill the talking points? That let me know how delusional that is.
Or they're racist. Like I said, if it ain't white, it ain't right. If it ain't white, it ain't right. You know, that's how the majority of Faker fans think. If it ain't white, it ain't right. They've never seen Walker Kessler play a meaningful game in his career, but he's just automatically better than DeAndre Ayton because he's what? Because he's white? Come on, man, stop it. It's insanity.
And the team is better because they got Austin, Luka, and Walker Kessler. Wow. Good luck. Good luck with that. It's gonna be a shit show, and I'm gonna love every minute of it because the undermining and the snake behavior has been shown. We know that Luka had a backdoor meeting with Rob Pelinka to get Bron out. We know that the other guys that had a rapport with LeBron, Rui, Marcus Smart, they're gone. You got some tokenism with Colin Sexton and Quentin Grimes. And guess who's going to be getting the blame when they start losing? Oh, well, Luka doesn't have enough. This is who he wanted. This is exactly who he wanted. These guys are who he wanted. He volleyed for Austin, and he wanted Walker Kessler. So if he's such a great player, he should be on his way to a chip, right? Laker fans? Get the banners ready. Because it's going to say play-in losers. That's what it's going to say. They aren't winning anything. It's gonna be
Reg, I need you to shoot me down if it don't sound right. But if LeBron and AD can take that ass boy all the way to the Western Conference Finals in the West, what you think him and AJ could do in the East?
You talking about AJ Mitchell or AJ DeBonza?
DeBonza.
Oh, I thought you were talking about AJ Mitchell.
Oh no.
Yeah, AJ
If they
DeBonza.
could
I don't
take
know. He's
Austin
still a
that
rookie.
far, I know, but if they could look at Austin, bro, if they can do that with that,
Yeah.
bro,
Oh, you
that's
talking about
all.
AD? You talking about AD, LeBron, and AJ? Yeah, they could do something.
Right. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying, bro.
Absolutely.
And they still got my man over there too, the little ice tray.
Yeah.
And they got the center from LA, the one we talking about right now.
Yeah, DA.
Yeah, they do.
And they got another starting center.
We got
And they
Titus.
said that they're not gonna trade AD. Something going on over there, bro.
We got Titus in the chat. He said Kessler nut huggers are becoming a cult like Puka and Aston fans. You notice how Titus? You notice how they'll be a cult for the white dudes? You notice that, right? Walker Kessler hasn't played a single dribble, and you got Laker fans already defending him. And he ain't never done nothing for the Fakers, but they're already defending him. But meanwhile, DeAndre Ayton was here. Who was defending DeAndre Ayton like this? DeAndre Ayton didn't have no fan club. You want to know why? Because he's a dark butt. He's a dark butt.
Well, they were actually, Reg, if you remember, they were dogging him all year. They were on his head top all year.
Because he's a dark
and
butt.
At least he played, and he was healthy. Walker Kessler played 5 games last season. This
Man,
guy
I
played
watched
5
these.
games.
Man,
He's a unicorn.
I watched these people, bro. These when Lonnie Walker sat on the bench for Austin, all right, the whole year, sat on the bench for all. And once we got in trouble and they called Lonnie Walker number, he's in the playoffs, stepped up, won a game, bro. Within 2 or 3 weeks, they was hating on that nigga, bro. And Austin, the way they give, it's crazy the way they give these niggas love that ain't done nothing. All they doing is being white. That shit is crazy to me, bro.
Well, you just said it. They've been waiting for this opportunity for a while to get a white, quote unquote, star to lead this team. So everybody else, they use racism to get all the other guys out of there.
We got this clown. We got this clown in here, Average Larry Gaming. He says LeBron got the biggest cult in the league. LOL. Explain that then. Yeah, he's the most accomplished player in the sport. There's justification for him having a cult-like following. What is the justification? What is the justification for Aston having a following? What's the justification?
LeBron right now can go overseas and play somewhere in China, and he's still gonna get eyeballs.
Let's just put it in perspective too. What has Luka done? What has Luka done? Has Luka won anything? He hasn't even won an MVP. Luka has won nothing. He hasn't won anything. He's almost 30 years old. Jalen Brunson has won already. Remember, they got Jalen out of Dallas. SGA has won already. Jokic got one. Giannis got one. he hasn't gotten anything. So to tell
Nobody
me
on
this
the team.
team, well, he wanted his own team. Him and Pelinka snake the black guy. So let's see what happens because they're going to be playing the blame game. Oh, well, Luka needs more. Luka needs more. They just didn't do enough for him.
That's why they did what they did. That way, see, they killed their whole roster and got rid of everybody just so that if it don't go right, they can say, "Oh, well, it's a new roster and blah 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 blah." That's why they did that. On top of getting rid of the LeBron people, they did that, bro. They really set up and thought about this, bro. That's why I can't wait for it to fall apart.
Well, this is the thing. The internet is undefeated. Luka said he needed a center. Well, who was available? Giannis was already in Miami. There's nobody on the market, so they got Walker Kessler. They could have kept DeAndre Ayton easily, right? He played with Luka last year, didn't he? So that's some type of rapport, right? You would think that was some type of chemistry. But with the Walker Kessler move and the money given to Austin Reaves, we see what this is about. And then they signed some bum from the Raptors. And guys are telling me, oh, well, he shot good last year. The Raptors got belted, okay? And even if they didn't, he wouldn't have had nothing to do with it. So they made all of these guys come, a mixture of foreigners and white guys, and they're trying to prove that this is going to work. It's not going to work. It's never worked. So it's 2026. How long has the league been around? It's never worked until the minute they started letting black guys in, that was over. When they was playing with each other, yeah, sure. And all the white guys was playing on all the teams, yeah, that worked. Just like baseball, till Jackie Robinson came in and kicked in the door for Negroes, and then it was over with. So
see, they a little bit they a little bit messed up because what they thinking is they gonna get all them foul calls like they was getting at the beginning of last year, right? To keep them afloat. They're not gonna get that next year. They're not gonna get them 20, 30 foul calls every night. They're not gonna get that.
And they're going to get exposed defensively. Luka can't guard a parked car. Neither can Austin Reaves. They can't guard. You're going to outshoot somebody every night? And are they going to be healthy? Oh, well, they was hurt. It's going to be a bunch of excuses, man. So they're going to be getting belted up and down the way.
That's why I can't wait. As soon as the LeBron James people say where he going, I ain't talking about the Lakers no more. I ain't talking about Luka no more. I ain't talking about Ass Boy no more. I ain't talking about Pastinka no more. Jenny Bust Down, the whole damn organization, the damn fans, the coaches, all them bitches. Kick rocks, all you bastards. Y'all disgusting. Y'all straight up. It's just disgusting, bro. He came when Brian got hurt. These people was in the dirt, and they was in the dumpster at the bottom of the dumpster. As soon as he came back,
they were smoking on Kobe.
Came back, how soon they forget, and that's the other thing too. If you like Red said yesterday, if you're gonna be mad at Kobe, because Kobe the one that fleeced y'all and got that big contract when he didn't deserve it. And that's what had y'all messed up for all them years. That was Kobe. His selfish ass. Why ain't y'all mad at him? Fuck out
all
of here.
these Laker fans that despise LeBron on behalf of Kobe, they didn't know how selfish of a guy he was. Kobe was a selfish motherfucker, man.
What else you need to see? He out there stealing ass. What else?
Well,
what more you need?
And he snitched on Shaq, but he's some
On
honorable
top of
guy,
that,
right?
I'm saying, bro, and that's just two things. That's just two things. We ain't gonna talk about what he did to my girl Brandy. Dirty ass rat.
He been snaking
He's a
guys, man.
filthy animal, man.
If Kobe wanted to win so bad, why didn't he get Rob Pelinka, which was his guy, to say, "Hey, man, look, it's been 6 years, man. We ain't been back to the playoffs, the finals, man. Can
His
we get
ego,
some guys?
bro. His ego was too big, man. His ego was too big, bro. Bottom line. His ego was bigger than his love for the game. Bottom line, bro.
Kobe's the guys playing the violin on the Titanic while it's going down. Instead of him getting off, he's going to just go down with the ship and say, you know what? We're getting our ass kicked, but I'm going to score 50. Fuck it.
I
Doesn't
can't
matter.
wait till I see LeBron James with an all black starting five and we toss the ball up against them bitches. I cannot wait for that day. Because I know you thought OKC was giving them hell.
Them Trench babies coming with that belt. It's just going to be funny
And I know
because Luka's going to
and
take
I know
1,000 step
Brian
back.
know LeBron know both of them snaked him and both of them faked injuries. And
Well,
both of
that's
them
like
thought that they was gonna not get knocked out that first round. They both did. And I know LeBron know that. That was dirty, bro. That was some real dirty. That was dirty.
Well, those guys weren't hurt. That was just what certain individuals do. And if you go back in history, it's just called a coup. They thought that LeBron was going to lose without them against the Rockets. It backfired. They weren't hurt. Anybody that's been injured, especially with these guys having state-of-the-art trainers and medicine and rehabilitation, this is how you know that Austin Reaves wasn't hurt. Dallas called him out. Well, we didn't. Well, they scanned the wrong side of his stomach. What? How we do that? So Dallas comes out and say, no, we did it right. And JJ Redick was also in on this too because he's white.
But
There's a
the
fraternity of
audacity
these
of doing it at the same game is just crazy, man. To have that type, to have that let me know that Rob was behind that shit and Jeannie, bro. For both of them to have nuts like that and sit up and watch my man sweat, blood and tears out there.
Well,
You don't know shit about team. That's disgusting.
all they really did was prove how great Bron is because what were the narratives in the before the Rocket series start when they were both
We
hurt?
already knew. I
There's
already knew this, but I already knew this.
there's
They didn't teach me nothing. They didn't. I
they
mean
said
that, bro. I watched LeBron do it with less.
well,
They
that's what I'm
didn't. I
saying.
already knew he could.
They just showed
They didn't
how
teach me
great he
nothing.
is because
They could have almost got. They almost got the goat hurt pushing it too hard, and I don't like them niggas. And I
well, at the end
use
of the
niggas
day,
real loosely.
Bron has been doing this for his whole life. So this is why he's not injury prone like the rest of the league. He spends money on his body. This was something they tried to do to sabotage him because they just knew that the Rockets were going to beat them without Luka and Aston. But as great as LeBron is, he showed them he didn't even need them. In fact, when Austin Reaves came back, he ruined the chemistry. If he doesn't come back in the Oklahoma series, this would have been a different series. I'm not saying we would have won, but when you put a guy on the team that can't defend, he can't live up to the playoff atmosphere, then you're playing 4 against 5. And the numbers you're never going to win.
Nah, you can't. I like in my brain. I like I'm San Antonio or Philly, right? But today I was just sitting up thinking, looking at the starting lineup, if he did go to Washington, they would beat the hell out the Lakers, bro. Washington, that team would beat the brakes off of LA, bro.
Any team he goes to is going to beat the Lakers.
I know, but
This is the
no,
thing.
it's not like this, bro. This would be. Do you know that? Can you imagine him or Austin trying to guard AJ?
Imagine him or Austin trying to guard anybody. That's the problem. Like,
Anybody on that squad? Anybody on that squad?
Fellas,
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Fellas, I do got to get up out of here, man.
All right, my brother.
Get up out of here.
All the way, Rez. Thanks, bro, for giving us the platform, bro, to be able to just talk about it, bro.
Exactly. All right, F you mean. Appreciate you, bro. Shout out to F you mean. Shout out to Flash White. I do got to get up out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, man, that's really all I got, chat, on this one. We're gonna talk a little bit later about, you know, where LeBron James could go. I just came across some new information, so we'll be back a little bit later tonight, folks. Good show. Shout out to everybody that tuned in. Y'all do me a favor and drop a like on the video. Shout out to PA, A-Hall, Cole, and Retribution for the super chats. But yeah, folks, I'm out, man. I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. This was another installment of The Locker Room. I'm out, folks. Peace.
So while you're on the internet doing your foo-foo man jokes and your foo-foo this and your foo-foo that and all of these other foo-foo and all of that, the foo-foo man would take your girlfriend. That's what would happen. So while you cracking all these jokes and you think you're funny and doing all of these racist jokes and this and that and calling me this and calling me that, just know what it is. Just know that the foo-foo man would take your girlfriend. That's all I want to tell you.
You lucky I'm not single. I would take your girl. That's what would happen. Don't make me come to your live and start throwing super chats at her.